And here we go with volume number 3 with 2022 Fantasy Outlook for each and every team of relevance. Let's go. Look what we got here. Cleveland Browns. Man, look at here. Everybody know what's happened. Deshaun Watson is now the QB of the Cleveland Browns. Let me start by right now, man. Look, nobody has ever seen an offseason like this. I mean, when you get the number one, the best wide receiver in the league, going to another team in Devontae Adams. Tyreek Hill went to the Dolphins today. You have so many moving pieces. Deshaun Watson, franchise quarterbacks, people moving around. This is a great time to be alive, man. Hey, them gas prices high, but guess what? NFL is stumping. And it's giving us something we can take our minds off the nonsense of the world and we can be happy about. Let's jump right in it. Welcome, guys. This is AB Jr. with another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. Volume 3, Cleveland Browns. Let's talk about it. Who's important in fantasy? Who is not? Well, I got 5 guys for you that you can possibly put on your team in this year's 2020 Fantasy Football Drafts, all right? We're going to start from most important, number 1, all the way down to number 5. Currently, check it out. It's late March, all right? 2022 is late March. So things are subject to change, but it shouldn't change much, okay? Because these teams are doing things and making moves to what they're trying to do this coming season, all right? So I ain't want to be like, oh, this can be this way, but, well, listen, this is what I feel currently to this day, and it shouldn't move off that much, you know what I'm saying, from the future compared to where it is right now. Let's get to talking about it. Cleveland Browns. Any Cleveland Browns you guys want to draft this year? I had one on my team this past year. He did me well. But let's talk about it. Let me ask you a question real quick. Who do you think is going to be the number one beneficiary from all the offseason moves that's for Cleveland Browns this year? You think it's going to be wide receiver core, running back core? You think it's going to be Deshaun Watson? Who you think is going to have the most juice and bang for their buck in fantasy for Cleveland Browns? My number one guy off the rip is no other than Nicholas Chubb. Damn right, Nick Chubb, baby. Now, guess what? I don't know if the dude's name's Nicholas, but he gonna be Nicholas today. So at the end of the day, this dude is a monster. I believe in Nick Chubb, okay? A lot of people believe in Nick Chubb. I do have an issue with him keeping his freaking egghead ass on the field because he loves to miss a good 2-3 games a year. And we need him on the field. We'll give him one missed game, but he needs to stay on the field for the vast majority of the time. Mind you, let's be honest though, in a 16, now 17 game season, it'd be only like 2 running backs that get a certain amount of volume that play all the games. So missing a game or 2 is not bad, especially from a running back. But we need him there a little bit more, okay? Cleveland is a team that operates on defense, ball control, and now with Deshaun Watson, sure, he may get suspended for a little bit of time. I'll be honest with you, I'm the first one to go on record. I may be wrong, but I don't think he's going to get no more than 2 or 3 games. He might get a 4, and they'll drop it down to a 3. Just because. But he went through with the situation and won in court, So we just spoke about that type of nonsense already before with Deshaun Watson's situation, but I believe the main beneficiary is Nick Chubb. Listen, he's never had a quarterback that he can read option off of, or they had to worry about somebody bootlegging that can run or that can scramble like that. Mind you, too, Nick Chubb is a freaking stud. And he can break it, he can pop one and take it to the house. Okay? Nick Chubb is a monster. And to me, worthy of a first-round pick. I'm going to tell you another thing that I like about Nick Chubb this year. That I use as my little emphasis, or one of my little identifiers to who I promote to be drafted. I ask myself this simple question. I want to tell you guys this. If you're torn between 2 players or 3 players, ask yourself this. Have we seen the best of them? Okay? So I want you to always think about that. So let's say you're on the clock and you're, I don't know, let's throw it out there, number 10 pick. And you have Ezekiel Elliott and Nick Chubb. And those are your options. Who would you pick? Now, if you follow this channel, you know doggone well you ain't supposed to be picking no Ezekiel Elliott. You're supposed to pick Nick Chubb. Because Zeke is descending. My unborn freaking twin daughter that I don't have knows that. And you guys should know it too. All right? And Nick Chubb, I don't feel we've seen the best of Nick Chubb. I feel that the dude could possibly run for 1,700 yards. You know? He was the second leading rusher this year. He could have competed with Jonathan Taylor for the rushing title, but he missed 3 games. Nick Chubb is the main beneficiary from the Deshaun Watson trade and on Cleveland Browns this year. Dog freaking pound. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Nick Chubb, because also another person, well, if I'm going to put you number 1, you have to be able to help people win weeks. I don't want no freaking pedestrian, 16 carries for 87 yards. And plus, he don't really get that many catches. Never know, things might change with Deshaun Watson running around. He is really going to be undervalued. And you can get him for a nice price. You possibly could get him on the pin if you're in the 10-man league. You might be able to get him early second round. So if you wanted to, he could be your RB1 and you get a star wide receiver in the first round. It's up to you, though. But I love Nick Chubb this coming season. Y'all know Nick Chubb, he has a cereal called Chubb Crunch. Yeah, it's called Chubb Crunch. It was out last year. You know, I almost bought some, man, but those damn things cost like $20 a pop. It's a novelty item now, man. It costs too much. My pockets ain't that deep like that. It ain't that deep. Hey, but check it out. I might go ahead and make a purchase just in case I end up getting them later, so y'all can see me eating up like Zeke. You never know. Nick Chubb is number 1 to me on my list for Cleveland Browns this coming season. Number 2, this might go over your head a little bit. You reaching, AB Jr. Don't say this guy. I'm going to say it. Because I can reach down and grab a pair and I know how to stand on something. The person I feel is going to be the most productive on this team outside of Nick Chubb will be, pending Deshaun Watson, all depends if he get 3 games, if he gets 6. So that's why I'm not putting Deshaun Watson number 2. But number 3 is going to be David Njoku. Yes, David Njoku. Think about where you can draft David Njoku. You can pick this dude 14th, 15th round currently because he ain't done nothing. Austin Hooper's not there anymore. He's going to Tennessee. He got work. And with Deshaun Watson, I don't know if y'all remember, Deshaun Watson was always targeting tight ends over there. It was either Hopkins or throwing it deep to Fuller and tight ends. Fells and whoever else the freaking guys over there. He target tight ends. And since they got, Hooper's gone, Njoku can have a freaking blow-up here. And compared to where you would get him at in drafts, that's making your team that much better considering you'll be getting them way in double-digit rounds. Don't sleep on David Njoku. If you're the type of person that punts the tight end position and you don't get an early tight end, one of those top-tier ones, man, pick Njoku and ride that thing. You'll be surprised when he's making more points than Kelsey, the Tyreek Hill-less Kansas City Chiefs, and he's getting more points than Kelsey, and be like number 3, number 4 tight end on the week consistently sometimes. It's a possibility, all right? Just because it hasn't been done don't mean it won't be done. You have to see things before they happen. You have to project for them. And see, that's the problem. People want to be like, oh, wait, I haven't seen it happen yet, so I can't waste my draft capital on it. Well, guess what, damn it? If you see it, everybody else sees it. If it happens week 6 and week 7, guess what? Forget about it because you won't be able to get them. Not unless you got a fab budget and you spend all your fab on them. But most people don't work with fab budgets. It's a waiver priority. All right? So take a leap of faith. All right? Don't go drafting no tight end in the 6th, 7th, 8th round of dead air. Just wait longer and get you more I won't say high value, but high potential running backs and wide receivers in those rounds. Then wait and pick tight end. I know a lot of people be like, oh, when I tell people my fantasy team, I want to be able to tell them people that they know so they can be like, oh, great, you have a great team. And I know this is a problem because one time I had a championship team and I told somebody, mind you, but I've been playing fantasy since the mid-90s in touchdown league only player. That's a long time, but my older people here, they know that. And I told someone about a championship team a few years ago, and I told them like, A.J. Brown, this, that, and the other. They're like, oh, no. Well, I guess that team sounds all right. And I killed it with this freaking team. Built the championship team. But a lot of people suffer from, oh, I need to say this guy and that guy and that guy. Listen, some people don't get caught up in that. You got to let these old-ass descending players go. I don't want none of y'all drafting Zeke. I give a damn if he's there in the 2nd round. Don't pick freaking Zeke. All right? The boy on the decline. He's giving up work to Pollard, and he's going to miss a lot of time this year. I freaking said it. Don't make me pin this damn freaking this video on the freaking top of the freaking comments to freaking show you. All right, to prove how much of goddamn prophet I am. All right, now, number 2 is David Njoku. I can see this dude easily scoring 8 touchdowns and getting like 900 yards receiving. 900 yards receiving. He's athletic as hell. It don't take much to get into that top 5 tight end tier. Just got to be pretty good. Because everybody else is going to suck and be inconsistent. So, Nick Chubb, number 1. David Njoku, number 2. Number 3, I'm going to put Deshaun Watson. Don't know how many games he's going to miss. If he don't miss any games, God, no. What do you mean he might not miss any games? Listen, I don't know. I don't know how many games he's going to miss. But let's say he only missed 2 or 3. That kind of bump him up. I would bump him up to number 2. Because he had a lot more games up under his belt. And move Njoku to number 3. But listen, Deshaun Watson's going to have his way. He has Chubb, currently Kareem Hunt, Dearness in behind him. He got running game. He got a legit defense. He got Amari Cooper, David Njoku, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Donovan Peoples-Jones? Is this dude on crack? No, I'm too fat to be on crack, okay? I'm telling you the real. And then they say Landry might come back. Listen, I'm not a big Landry fan, but the more weapons, the merrier for Deshaun Watson and freaking the Cleveland Browns. Don't sleep on Deshaun Watson this year. If you pick a QB, let's say if you wait for QB, and you pick a QB, I'm just throwing it out there, 8th, 9th round. Follow up with a Deshaun Watson because people probably ain't going to want to touch him in the single-digit rounds because he may be facing a 2 to 6 game suspension. Snatch him up because he has a high ceiling. We talked about ceiling. I want ceilings. I don't want pedestrian floors and pedestrian counters. I want ceilings. I want you to have a stud at quarterback, a stud at running back, stud at wide receiver. And I'm just talking about, oh, I like this guy stud. No, I'm talking about production, damn it. So I got Deshaun Watson at 3. Number 4 is Amari Cooper. We'll slide Amari Cooper over here. Because let's be honest, when Deshaun Watson's up, Deshaun Watson's he may treat him like old boy DeAndre Hopkins. He might. The thing is, I don't know if Cooper can stay healthy. He hasn't been the beacon of health. You can't sit here and tell me he has. Okay? I have no problem with Cooper. I probably won't draft him because I like the vast array of weapons that they have. So I need somebody that's going to be getting more targets and preferably in a team that likes to pass. So I probably wouldn't touch Cooper, but that don't mean he won't have a productive year, or maybe not to my liking, okay? But Cooper, number 4. Number 5 is Donovan Peoples-Jones. I spoke about this before, okay? Donovan Peoples, okay, listen, let's not discredit somebody from Mayfield throwing on the freaking ball. Baker's Baker, okay? Baker's Baker. And don't knock him for that, because he has some good games. He's shown flashes. He can get it done. Because let's be honest now, if Cooper glass out, who's the number 1? It won't be Landry if he come back. So I could see it being Peoples. And guess what? Peoples might not even get drafted. You guys will probably be out there picking 2 tight ends. Not people listening here. New people that might have to just be peeping in and listen to my loud mouth. 2 tight ends, picking 2 kickers and shit like that, and 3 quarterbacks in a quarterback league, when you need to be hitting on these potential game-breaking people. You can't predict injuries. Why the hell can't you? Why can't you? If someone's showing you for 3 or 4 years that they're going to get hurt, why can't you freaking predict freaking injuries? You can. Don't mean you're going to hit all the time, but you can. You know, at the end of the day, I'm in the business of these offensive players for this team. Cleveland Browns, number 1, Nick Chubb. Number 2, David Njoku. Number 3, Deshaun Watson. Number 4 is Amari Cooper, since he's the certified number 1 currently. And then number 5, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Do not sleep on it. If you got any value out of this video, press like, subscribe to the channel, put some comments in there, put some respect on my name. Flawless Fantasy Football, get with it or get left behind. Let's go.